Twin flame runner soul shock is like a spiritual whiplash. It is the most awful, intense period of pain and misunderstanding and separation that can happen. And sadly, it happens to most twin flames. It's not a decision that the chaser takes, it's a decision taken by the runner. It doesn't mean that that pain and torment is any less for the person who's made that decision for the runner. It's no different for them in many ways. They are still in a terrible, painful, low place where their frequencies are incredibly low and they don't know where to turn. So both runner and chaser in this shock basis is like a place of hell for both. Both overwhelmed, both confused, both disoriented, both anxious, very lonely, and both feeling rejected. So if this soul shock is so shocking for both, why does it happen? Why does the runner cause this to happen? And the answer to this isn't simple, but it's because the runner feels a compunction to run. This running is running away from themselves as much as running away from the twin flame. They're running away from being discovered, uncovered, being less worthy of love than the other flame thinks they are. It's all about fear, rejection, being alone and being wanting to be loved but being afraid to be loved, because essentially the runner feels they cannot cope with what's in front of them and they fear they will be caught out and rejected again. That's why it happens. The runner feels rejected. They feel rejected in advance. They feel rejected because they don't feel worthy of love. They don't feel worthy of being loved. They fear that once they are discovered, once their true selves are actually revealed, that their twin flame will judge them unworthy. All of this comes from a place of insecurity. It comes from hiding from your own inner shadows, hiding from your own pain. All of this fear and rejection and your running comes from feeling abandoned, possibly in the past, feeling unworthy of love. It's an intense phase where you also feel guilt for running, guilt for abandoning those tuning moments, those connecting moments, possibly years of connection with the twin flame. This runner can run whilst in 3D, can continue to run for months on end, sometimes longer. This running is all about fear and rejection and pain. The chaser shares this pain. In fact, the chaser can feel anger on top of the pain because the runner seemingly has caused this pain to happen, this split, this loneliness, isolation, desolation, the end of everything. The chaser can feel completely rejected, completely alone, and without hope. So the chaser does what the chaser does. They chase. They go and seek and find and reason and try to draw back the runner. And part of that is around fixing the rejection or declaring their own rejection. And part of that may be anger at the runner for leaving them in this situation. So the chaser feels desolate, broken, apart, like something, part of them is now missing. And worse, has caused that missing to happen. That lower frequency, that dearth of feeling, all of that can be laid at the foot of the runner, even though the chaser's chasing the runner. They're in part chasing to lay blame, or can in part chase to beg for a return. And these are all options in the way the chaser works, but it's all born of this feeling of rejection, loneliness, intense confusion, disappointment, anxiety, frustration, and both will be feeling completely and utterly triggered at this stage. and needing to tune into each other's frequency, but unable to do so. When you're in this period of twin flame soul shock, both twin flames feel like it's forever, feel the end of something, feel they cannot face each other, they cannot face tuning into those frequencies and having the necessary soul conversations to sort and to fix and to work through this very, very intense spiritual period. In fact, it does end. It ends because the chaser will chase and the runner will have to face those deepest, darkest insecurities, supported by the frequencies, the higher frequencies of their chaser. What happens in practice is that telepathic communications are quite intense at this period, whether you're in 3D or not. It's still telepathic intensity. It's a period of absolute growth for both. If you think about this being the basis of rejection, growth comes from rejection, rejection of self, rejection of other, rejection of each other. Growth happens as a natural extension of that rejection. Working and understanding each other's rejection is part of the journey towards healing. The runner needs to understand the anger of the chaser. They've dragged up all kinds of issues for the chaser as well as their own. There'll be deep shadow work that has to be done by both parties, and also conversations which has to happen telepathically through frequency or direct conversation, which have to allow the healing to happen. Chasers can leave. Chasers can decide, this is not for me. Runners can leave. So this crucial time when both are being required to face their demons, to face each other and accept and love themselves and each other even more deeply. This is a time of immense challenge and immense growth. Let the growing and the healing and the connection and the work towards union and reunion begin with this understanding that rejection is not the end of the journey, it is part of the journey. I care about your twin flame journey. If you'd like some guidance through this journey, click the link below.